Alright, I wanted to make a video. Hopefully it'll help the next guy who ran into this problem like I did. I've got a Briggs and Stratton 875 series motor. It's upside down. Came off of my Weedeater we261 or Weedeater One riding mower. I turned out this had a broken timing gear inside, but I needed to get it open to check anyhow because I bought the mower from a guy and it was actually vapor locked, but this thing had a lot of problems anyhow. But come to find out, timing gear's broken. To get down into the engine, you have to get this pulley off. These are called neutral spacers. So when you're in neutral, this is a bearing in here, the engine can just spin while the drive pulley or whatever they call it just sits on this little disc and spins in place so that it doesn't actually try to move the mower. Pretty cool and simple, I guess. But I couldn't figure out how to get this off. Ended up having to drill it out with a 5/32 drill bit. It made it really easy. If you get it dead center, you won't damage the bolt inside, which actually has an Allen key thread or a head. So if you're off the mark of the center, you could actually drill the Allen keyway on that bolt and have a tough time getting it out. So be careful with that. Once you get in there, you could probably just use your Allen key, back it out, and it'll lift or press that bearing out for you so you can reuse it. But I'm almost certain you gotta just drill this thing, this neutral spacer. I thought of 100 different ways, couldn't figure it out, so I just drilled it, ordered the new one. Well, another little side note here, the timing gear was broken, but it turns out the cam shaft and gear had actually twisted. What I mean is the gear on the shaft twisted and made the whole thing out of time. So if you get in there and you got the same problem as me, you notice cam gear or timing gear is broken. The timing gear will just spin on the crankshaft. If you pull out the camshaft, then the timing gear will just spin on the crankshaft. It's supposed to lock onto the crankshaft, and then that timing gear turns your camshaft. Anyhow, it twisted. So I saw another video online and I kind of ran all this stuff together to try and hopefully make a little video to help somebody. But if your timing gear breaks, or if you hit a rock or a tree stump or something to really seize up your motor really hard, well, yeah, it could break your timing gear, but it could also twist the camshaft gear, the cam gear at the same time. So you fix the obvious. You think you're going to reuse this because it's a $60 or $50 part. You don't want to buy that, but truth be told, you put it back together and it'll be out of time and you lose a lot of time and energy and headache just rebuilding it again. So my suggestion is check some of the pictures online. This one's clearly out of time, but you can see the timing mark there on the bottom. And this lobe right here, this lower lobe, they're actually supposed to almost line up. From what I remember, it's just a little bit off. But anyhow, make sure you check your camshaft because you don't want to put it back together, waste all that time. Again, hope this helps somebody because I spent an hour trying to figure out how to get this out before I just drilled it. That's it. Just 5/32 drill bit. Excuse me. Get dead center on it, and you'll be fine. It opens up real easy. There's nothing inside this engine to mess with. It's a real simple fix. Don't waste a ton of money at the shop. I mean, you could spend, 2 hours in your garage on a weekend if you got all the parts and get this all knocked out. All right, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you like, and thanks again.